This is This Week in Wrestling. I'm Jennifer from Cultaholic, and I am delighted to be joined this week by Adam and Ross.
How are you? How are you
Hello,
doing?
gents. Oh, it's so nice. You look thrilled to be here.
Always, Jen.
I'm delighted to have you.
I am at fever pitch.
So much went on this week. So we'll just go straight to June 25th to 2000 to another King of the Ring. So yeah, King of the Ring this season, this time of year. So,
Not anymore.
Well, not anymore, no. Do you miss King of the Ring?
Yeah, I mean, they're bringing it back, right? For just the UK. It's a...
Are they?
I've heard
I think that was the
rumours.
rumour for the current UK tournament, wasn't it? That's what it was
Oh,
originally.
I thought they were doing two separate ones. That makes
Maybe.
more sense.
Maybe, I don't know.
There you
So
go.
what? This has not
Should
been
read the news
confirmed.
more.
But this tournament happening, which has happened
Yeah,
just there.
I read it a few months ago that something to do with the UK was going to be King of the Ring. And I've just pieced together in my mind because that's what wrestling fans do.
Oh,
and they
look
think
at
they're in the
you.
know.
You're like Inspector
So I'm going to
Gadget.
confirm here today that originally the second UK tournament was going to be a King of the Ring, and now it's not.
It's a huge school.
Just made it up.
Well, it could have been. You never know. It might have been a surprise because it's already been.
But I thought, like, when Regal and that sort of era, I thought it had its day then.
Really?
No, Regal was my favourite King of the Ring.
No,
he didn't do
Kurt
that.
Angle's the best King of the Ring.
No.
Really?
Look the
Right.
best in the crown.
He might have looked the best in the crown, but there are other, like Brett, King of the Ring was brilliant.
Believe
No,
me,
I
as a
don't.
former King of the Ring myself. Oh, I feel filthy.
But we'll
Kurt
go on
Angle was
to
the best.
2000. We'll talk about this King of the Ring. So we'll just run down the quarterfinals quickly. So it was Rikishi and Chris Benoit, where Rikishi would win. Val Venus defeated Eddie Guerrero. Crash Holly defeated Bill Buchanan, and Kurt Angle defeated Chris Jericho.
What are you laughing at Bill Buchanan for?
No, nothing. It's just a
His
a
real
weird
name's
match.
Barry.
Barry.
Barry
Barry
Buchanan.
Buchanan.
Oh, I've got such a funny thing about the name Barry.
What?
Just can't imagine like babies being called Barry. Like,
Little Barry?
do you want to hold Barry? No.
I get that one. I know your father's called him. I get it with Nigel.
Nigel.
Nigel's a very old name.
But like,
Yeah, it's yeah.
There's baby Nigel.
exactly. Look at this, wee Nigel. Do you want to hold Nigel? No, I definitely do not want to hold Nigel.
Have I ever told you my? I've got loads of my dad stories, but my dad doesn't like his name because you can't shorten it. You can say Nige, but people don't
That's why I'm
do that.
Nige.
called Ross.
Is it?
Because he couldn't shorten it to be a nickname.
Really?
Then my football coach and
Ro.
stuff would call me Rossa, Roscoe,
I was going to say.
Rossi.
My dad,
The man
anyway,
was
he,
livid.
he uses the online screen name, or used before I pointed out that it's probably not socially acceptable to use this. When he signs up to anything, he uses both a bit of his first name and a bit of his second name.
That's what
So
I do.
he thinks it's Nige Pack, but it's not. He has Nig Pack as his username. And I remember he signed up to eBay with it. And he's bidding on all this stuff. And I was like, Dad, you cannot be Nig Pack 1957. Why they allowed it to begin with?
Why did you put Nig in there for Nige Pack?
No, he just put the E in.
Oh,
Nige.
Niggy Pack.
Could he be
Let's
like,
move on. Let's move on. This is getting demonetised.
Jeez, so. Well, anyway, so that was the quarterfinals. Poor Nick Pack. So then we'll go on to the semi-finals, which would see Rikishi defeat Val Venus and Kurt Angle defeat Crash Holly, which leads us nicely on to the finals. That's how these things work. Where your King of the Ring 2000 would be Kurt Angle.
The best King of the Ring. I'm going back to that because it's not true.
No,
I mean,
it's not.
standing there looking like a king, Kurt Angle fitted that role the best.
William Regal, are you kidding?
I was good. Thank you. See, that's
No.
my point.
I mean-
No. That is my point. William Regal actually embodies the whole King of the Ring thing. Like,
Just
he
'cause he's
is-
British,
well,
right?
But that, it just
I'm not going to deny that, but as a man in a crown and a cape, I thought Kurt Angle looked the best.
No,
this is not
fair
a beauty pageant, Ross.
Yes,
this
it is.
King
That's
of
what
the
wrestling's
Bloomin'
all
Ring.
about. It's the only reason I watch. Nice-looking men.
And Kurt Angle's your guy.
Yes, that's my cup of tea.
Who's your best, or your favourite rather, King of the Ring that's actually gone on to like properly live the gimmick, like King Booker?
Oh,
or-
Barrett for me.
Barrett.
Yeah,
King
I
Barrett was good.
loved
I
King
never
Barrett.
liked that because that just came after Bad News, didn't it? And
But, well-
that annoyed me
Why?
because it didn't let Bad News naturally transition like the New Day. Like the New Day went from face to heel, and then they wouldn't let Barrett do the same, which really annoyed me because I thought Bad News Barrett was money.
That
It
was
was over.
amazing. That
People
was
loved it.
amazing.
Yeah, and then they cancelled it because he was getting cheered instead of booed.
Yeah, they didn't want to do the whole. What's
But it's
the
the
thing,
same
the
thing
footlist
as it's the same thing as what they did with like Sandow, and Mizdow and stuff like that. Like he was getting far too over. And they just don't like
Listen,
it.
that New Day were getting the opposite way. They were getting booed when they were supposed to get cheered. They got allowed to transition. Let Wade do the same thing.
But I still loved him as King of the Ring.
Racism against the English, I tell you.
But I loved him. Like he would be my.
Yeah, it's a shame that I don't know, Willie
Owen
Regal.
Hart, the answer to your question is Owen Hart, I think.
Yeah, Owen's a great shout. Owen's
As
a
the
really
guy
great
who
shout.
actually took on the stick and made it something.
Yeah, no, I agree. The King of Hearts. Yeah.
Fair play.
What else happened?
So what else did happen? So non-tournament matches that happened. Edge and Christian defeated Too Cool, the Hardys, and TNA for the tag team champions. Matt pinned Test, which eliminated TNA. Christian pinned Matt, eliminating the Hardys, and Edge pinned Grandmaster Sexy.
Poor
to win.
Grandmaster
Bad
Sexay,
time for him, hasn't he?
yeah.
Well,
A few weeks ago, getting arrested. Again.
Have you heard his song?
It's so.
He
Played it
released
in the office.
Oh, I did. I forgot. I played it in the
What?
office.
What
He
song?
released an album which, on Spotify, no exaggeration, has 1,264 listens.
All by Adam Joseph.
And he did a song with
When did
Jerry
they-
Lawler. This is a few
when?
years ago now, 2015 maybe.
Right,
A song
don't
called
know anything about
Puppies,
it.
which is about not the dogs.
I was going to say, I'm loving it already.
Yeah, no, have a listen.
But no,
check
if
it out.
it's-
Give him some listens. Give him
I
that
will. Oh my
sweet
goodness.
Spotify revenue.
I think he needs it. So bless. Let's go for it. Other notable matches that happened. There was a hardcore evening gown match between Pat Patterson and Gerald Briscoe.
Which was the first hardcore evening match to get 5 stars from Meltzer.
You're joking?
Yeah, I am, yeah.
All right, I was like that. What?
Dreadful, the wrong sort of comedy in wrestling as far as I'm concerned.
The
Yeah.
stuff that Vince McMahon and only Vince McMahon finds funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. I like to defend
Men
Vince
in dresses.
McMahon's.
Ha ha ha. Old men as
But
well.
anyway,
Oh.
that was a no contest match. But yeah, Crash Holly went on to defeat Pat Patterson for the Hardcore Championship.
The best 24/7 holder.
Crash.
Yeah.
Crash.
100%.
I love that belt.
They should bring that back.
Absolutely.
Imagine getting a notification on your app at like midnight. Breaking news. Blah blah blah's trying to win the hardcore. It'd be amazing, that.
That would be amazing. I would love to see that back. Who do you think?
Who would be good in the division?
Good for it. Ambrose.
Who's
Ambrose,
not
I
doing
think.
anything? Ambrose would be
Ambrose
great.
would be good for it.
Just
That
trying
would be a really fun thing for him. Yeah, definitely Ambrose, I would say.
He was like the Crash Holly of today.
I guess it was Ellsworth before he went.
Oh, Dallas.
Yeah, Bo and Curtis would be
I'll give them
good in
something
that.
to do.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Something
They're,
to
Well, the
do.
B team,
they're,
yeah.
they're still maybe undefeated. Maybe.
So, well, anyway, one can live in hope. What else happened? D-Generation X and Tori defeated the Dudley Boys in a handicap tables and dumpster match.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Sorry, I just laughed because that used to be my nickname at school.
Dumpster.
Yeah.
Why?
Because my surname.
Oh, yes, of course. Louise Dumpster. Got it.
No, yeah, my shit surname.
Your shit surname.
It's dumpster.
Yeah.
It's not actually dumpster. I'm not saying it.
Dumpy.
No. No, let's not talk about it. It's bringing back some painful memories. Painful memories.
Do
of school.
apologise.
Thanks. I got nicknamed Bin Bag because that was a wee bit nicer.
I got nicknamed Bin Bag for a while because I had a jacket that
Did
was like
you?
a wet look.
Did
Black
we
number.
have the same nickname?
Well, I was called
Isn't
Bin Bag,
that
not
cute?
Dumpster.
Yeah, but I got called Bin Bag after that because
Did
people
you?
thought it was a bit harsh.
I had it for about 3 weeks maybe. And I stopped wearing the jacket because I got sick of it.
Wait, bin bag is less harsh than dumpster.
Wee Bin Bag. Yeah.
Wee bin bag. Yeah, I guess so, yeah, sure.
I was happy. Anyway. And yeah, what else happened? The Rock, Kane, and The Undertaker defeated Triple H, Vince, and Shane.
In a cluster of a match.
Yeah.
Looking at it.
So this
here.
was the championship was at stake at this.
Yeah, so if any member of Triple H's team lost, the person who scored the winning fall became the WWF champion. So everybody thought it was going to stay with Triple H. But it didn't. The Rock.
So there you go. I don't actually remember that match, if I'm honest.
It's a good match.
Yeah.
Good match, yeah. Solid.
Solid.
Typical Attitude Era ender, pay-per-view ender.
But yeah.
Hot take central here today.
But yeah, the win made a wee fun fact, made The Rock just the third man to win the WWF Championship 5 times. others in the past were Hulk Hogan and Bret Hart. So that was a wee fun fact for you there.
Now, you might be thinking we've gone top heavy with the King of the Ring analysis, and it's for good reason, because what comes next is bloody horrible.
Yeah, it's pretty grim. There's actually no really decent way to start it. So 2007, it was the...
Oh, I've just looked at what it was.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I actually don't really know how to say it, but like basically the sad day for the... I can't, like, how do you say it? The Benoit.
Let's just read it word for word.
Right, okay.
Chris Benoit, Nancy, and his son Daniel were found in their home in Georgia. They were obviously dead.
Yep.
After the double murder-suicide.
So, so that was grim. I think we all kind of know. I think everybody kind of knows. No. It's
What
not
can you
worth-
say about it?
What can you say exactly? It hasn't been
Just
said. If you
tragic.
don't know anything about it, do your research.
And on that
It's-
night, they cancelled Raw and instead aired a 3-hour tribute to Benoit because they didn't know what happened.
Well, this was the thing though, because the
And
reason
according to
they
Bruce
cancelled
Pritchard.
that Raw, because that was actually supposed to be the Vince Memorial
Yeah,
episode, and they thought that was in poor taste.
rightfully so.
Yeah, totally. But apparently they didn't know.
No,
what
I was listening to Bruce
happened.
Pritchard's
sorry.
podcast, and apparently they found out in the last half an hour
Oh,
of that live show. So the
Did
next,
they stop airing the tributes?
I don't think
as
so.
part
I
of
think it finished like as it would.
I think.
Then the
Well,
next-
if they only found out half an hour. Like,
And the next night,
you have
before
to.
ECW, Vince said, "Oh, we're not going to mention his name again," which you'll probably talk about. Oh no, we'll have that, won't we? It's not on this day anymore.
no, we've not. No, but we will talk about that. But I just thought it was like an interesting note because they did think it was in poor taste. So, and it turns out it was actually even worse taste what happened. So that was 2007.
Let's move on.
On a
Let's,
lighter
please.
note,
On a lighter note, 2008, the year later, Ultimate Warrior would have his first... only me. Right, okay. Ultimate Warrior would have his first match since retiring in 1999, where he would defeat Orlando Jordan.
it's in
Warrior's
Aus- in Aus-
return match, and it's Orlando Jordan
in
is the man that
Australia.
he chose.
Orlando Jordan was the champion of whatever promotion it was.
It
I'm not reading
was
it down. have I?
New Wrestling Evolution.
He was the champion of that promotion in Australia. So how Orlando Jordan, half the world away, is a world champion.
And so Warrior came in, he defeated it, and then he relinquished
it.
the belt immediately.
And retired him.
Yeah, it was weird because it's like the
So-
first time we'd seen Warrior in not flowing locks of
Yep.
hair. Like, he came out, he had the face paint on, he shook the ropes, he did all that stuff, but it just didn't feel quite...
Oh, no. It wasn't the Warrior that, like,
That
we
we
all
were
It was
in.
a
knew.
dad
No.
called Jim in face paint.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it really was.
It was the worst cosplay ever.
Oh, would he have been Jim then? When did he change his name?
Warrior. Oh,
It was around
I
that
don't know,
time.
I'll say 2008, but
Yeah.
that might be totally wrong. I don't
Well,
know.
this is 2008.
Oh, there you go, yeah.
Let's just confirm now. It was that year.
There you go.
But we'll move on to June the 26th now. 2017, Raw, where it was the LeVar Ball on Miz TV.
I can't believe it's already been a year. One of the... My God.
I actually had forgotten about it until
One
I
of
read
the
it, and I was
biggest
like, oh.
acid trip of a segment in recent memory. LeVar
Which,
comes down, and you should know what's coming next by the way he walked down to the ring. It was I don't know how it was like Vince McMahon on several cups of coffee.
You're handling this whole thing.
I know,
And then-
I'm not saying it.
So
I'm not
Miz
saying
TV
it.
kicks off. Obviously, the Miz is dominating the segment as he always does, and he passes it over to LeVar. LeVar gives it some back. He says stuff like, "There's only two people better than me, and they're both me." Ha ha! People laughed.
If only they knew.
And then all of a sudden, things go. One thing leads to another. LeVar takes his shirt off. This dad, who was in the ring with his two sons, of course. And it looks like they're going to fight. Out comes Dean Ambrose, who was feuding with the Miz at the time. And one of LeVar Ball's sons screamed into the microphone live on Raw in front of the world on the USA Network, "Beat that N-word ass."
Nigpack is what he
Beat
said.
that ass.
You've overpriced me for shipping.
Oh, man. That's...
So that is why that Raw is particularly memorable.
Memorable.
I can't even. I just don't know what to
It
say.
should
about
have been forgotten though. But thanks
was
for
a-
bringing it up. Like it's not enough
I
casual
can't believe it's been
racism.
a year already. What a segment it was.
That has
Oh, God.
Should we move on again?
Michelle. This week's terrible. Controversial week. June 27th, 2004. Oh gosh, it's not getting any better, is it? The Great American Bash, which was kindly named by Wrestling Observer Newsletter as the worst major wrestling show of 2004.
Dreadful. You look at the card on this and you can just see that it's going to be pretty bad. Like, you've got Luther Reigns, Charlie Haas. You know, Charlie Haas is fine. Kenzo Suzuki, Billy Gunn. They're just non-matches. Mordecai, Hardcore Holly. I remember Ray and Chavo being good, of course.
So was JBL and Guerrero. Part of
Oh,
their,
yeah.
part of
That's
their
kind of what I
feud,
was-
Texas Bull Rope match. What a brutal pair of bastards they were at this time.
Yes.
Like, looking at this, like, Taker defeated the Dudleys in a concrete crypt handicap match.
So,
What?
for the
That's
children
got
out
money
there,
written all over it.
there was a big cement mixer lorry parked at the entrance way. Paul Bearer was next to it in a glass, like a Pope box. I guess you could call it with
A
no
Pope
top.
box?
You know the
The
box?
Pope-mobile.
Pope-mobile, but with no top
But
on.
not a car.
Not a car. A stationary a box. A
A stationary Pope-mobile,
with no wheels
the technical term.
or a car attached.
Pope box, I like that.
But he was in a Perspex box. Full
That
of-
would have been the right. He was in
Paul Bearer was
Perspex.
in a box.
trying to paint a picture here. Filled up to the nipples with cement, which apparently was oatmeal with some grey food colouring. For those who
Oh.
are interested.
Was it?
Yeah.
Not know that.
Didn't know that. Tricks of the trade.
I've got one. A trick of the trade. You know, if they ever
Uh-huh.
use feces on television, it's
Not watching
it's
many of
mashed
those
potato
programs.
and coffee granules.
Actually,
Blood is apparently Ribena with corn flour or something like that. Carry on.
mashed potato.
He's up to his nipples in
Oh, dear.
oatmeal.
In oatmeal, and if Taker lost,
Yes.
the lever would be pulled down, and the rest of the box would be filled. But that didn't quite happen as it should have.
Oh, unfortunately. Well, as you saw, like, Taker defeated Dudley's. However,
Just did it anyway.
He
Just-
killed his own. No,
just
he's not his
murdered-
dad, is he? He's Kane's dad. Killed his own
pal,
mother,
manager.
comforter.
I was going to say lover, didn't mean that at all.
I just can't get. We've all seen that story, haven't we? Where Jerry Lawler's telling, Paul Bearer's telling Jerry Lawler how Kane was conceived in the locker room on the kitchen floor with the Undertaker's mum.
It was sad. I was sad to
Nice.
see Bearer written off at this point.
Do you know how that was done? Apparently, it was 2 separate shots, even though it was. I don't know how they did this.
Oh, you can't do this. This is proper
Apparently-
magician
This is
secret reveal stuff.
No, I'm intrigued. I'm
A
intrigued.
stunt double. I don't know how they did it with
How
the
did
live
they do
crowd
it? I
there,
was gonna
though.
say,
So I
did
read
they
this
have to
online
just-
and thought this has got to be bollocks. This apparently so Bearer sat there,
Uh-huh.
switches with a stunt double. It gets filled up, switches back.
How would they? But surely, if you opened it, it would all flood out. So they must have just had another
I've just read
Paul
this
Bearer
online
in
and
a
taken it for what
box.
it's worth. So.
Maybe he just ate his way out. If it is oatmeal, I don't know.
Paul Bearer. He doesn't like oatmeal.
But yeah, this was also famous because it was one of the first big examples of where kayfabe was proper shattered. Because somehow I was about to say dirty diddlers again, Cultaholic Wrestling podcast reference there, some heels of the internet world interfered with the satellite truck and somehow got a feed of the rehearsal.
That's
So
amazing.
Taker's going, do I do that? Do I pull it that way? And he cuts the promo as he does live on the show. He's not fully dressed in his gear. He's just being Mark Calloway with the microphone.
That's
Running
cheeky.
through
I've
the
not
Mate,
seen
yeah,
that.
no,
I've not
check it out on
seen that.
YouTube. It's amazing how that used to happen fairly often. Like dark matches have been
Yeah.
leaked and rehearsals and stuff like that because they would literally.
I've seen like rehearsal matches and stuff like that, like
Yeah.
folk in the ring, like go, like running through their match. I've seen that, but I didn't know that.
right.
That's,
I don't know how
did he
they
cut
do
the
it.
full
but-
promo?
Yeah, no, they were just
doing the
running
walkthrough?
through it. They're going to
Yeah.
walk up and then I'll do that, and he gestures like he's going to pull it down. No, it's amazing.
Moose! At least Paul would have gone out laughing if he did that.
My goodness. Oh well, there you go. Secrets revealed. So 2017, as you kindly said to me last week,
It's the
this
first
is the first
ever.
women's Money in the Bank ladder match. It's not actually, it's the second because they totally ruined the first one.
Did a redo. They did a redo on SmackDown because of the negative reaction.
Pretend the
obviously.
first one
Right,
never happened.
Do you know what? Right, I'm actually intrigued. Do you think that was all like planned? Like that
No.
they were they thought they were going to get such a negative
Their
reaction
arses
that they
dropped
had
out.
that already, or do you think they really did go?
Their arses dropped out of the shorts when they saw the reaction.
Do you think?
And they redid it.
Yeah. Oh, well, I think it was pretty disrespectful. It's something that people have been really excited about for a long time.
Oh no,
And
I'm
then to have
100% in
Ellsworth-
agreement with you. But I wonder if maybe in their minds they were like, we'll get so much heat from this.
That's
that
probably
we
what
can
they're
redo
saying
it.
now.
Gosh, I should work. I believe anything they say to me. I'm like, well, they knew. But no, I'm intrigued by that. So, well, anyway, for those who didn't know, this was on SmackDown, and Carmella would legitimately win.
Actually put her hands on the thing before and hooking
Yes, exactly.
it. Wow.
It was interesting though, because in the run-up to this, like, she did argue her cause that other people have interfered in Money in the Bank matches.
You don't do it on the first one.
No, you don't. But I think, did Daniel Bryan not say though that nobody's actually, like, somebody else has not actually properly unhooked it and given it to somebody? Is that right? Am I wrong in thinking that? People have interfered to, like, cost people it, but nobody's actually
Yeah, I think that was the
unhooked
first time
it
that happened. I can't
and
picture
done it and
somebody
given
else.
it to somebody or dropped it to somebody. So
Condescendingly dropping.
Yeah.
You can't get up this high. I can, though.
I'm telling you, I'm going to get a ladder and I'm going to show everyone. That
What,
I
you
it's
can
just-
climb a ladder and
it's
unhook
just
a
gonna-
briefcase? Yeah.
absolutely. Oh no, we've spoken
Get a
about
room
this
in a
last week.
flat and then just hang some briefcases off the
literally
ceiling.
have really short ceilings, so it'll just be wee step ladders, so kind of ruins the illusion.
Like 2011 with the miniature ones. Have you seen them?
No.
I forgot about them. It's just there's several. They're about 4 or 5 steps up. Completely useless apart from being used as a weapon.
I
Well,
don't
because they do
remember
look
this.
like a steel chair.
Yeah.
Were there little people in the match?
No.
Oh. So why... Oh, okay. Yeah,
Just
sure.
used as weapons, I think.
Oh, okay, sure.
Yes,
You're
they-
all right there.
Yeah, and I was just like joking halfway through, but yeah. Anyway, so that was the first ever women's Money
Definitely
in the
the
Bank
first.
ladder match. June the 28th, 1998, another King of the Ring. Now this is, I actually forget that this was a King of the Ring because of that Hell in a Cell match. Obviously, it was the Foley and Undertaker match. Probably my favourite wrestling match of...
Seriously, you know what? I was about to mention. This thing's been going around Twitter, an unpopular wrestling opinion, thing, and somebody quote tweeted it, saying that I think the Undertaker Foley Hell in a Cell is overrated, as if he was expecting like a proper technical classic or something, and it wasn't just
What?
about these huge
I was
career-defining
going to
moments.
say it was literally about 2 huge bumps. Like, it
Was only
wasn't...
meant to be about
what did-
one.
Yeah,
Well,
wow.
no, but like,
And the
what
sandwich
was he
ties book.
expecting? Some sort of beautiful map-based...
Do you
thing?
believe that? You don't think that Foley was meant to go through the second time?
No, apparently,
wasn't.
he
That's what he
wasn't.
told his wife and kids, right? I
No,
thought
but-
that was like...
No, apparently, like, the cell had been gimmicked, or was supposed to be gimmicked to, like, dent, but still hold.
Right.
And it went right through, like, just the force of it. That's what I've heard anyway, and I don't know.
I mean, when you watch it, you can see they tried to do that because all the little black like cable ties, like you would put in a
Yeah.
sandwich bag or something, just explode all over the shop.
Yeah, because it's supposed to just dent. Like, I think it was supposed to, like, create a big, pocket for him, basically, and be a bit, like, dramatic. Because that would be dramatic as anything, but I don't think...
it would. You know what? Following him getting tossed off into the...
Hey.
Wanking. Into the announce table, through the announce table, I think him climbing the cell again would deliver a real anticlimax to the match. Like a thing denting and then he takes the pin on the top. I don't know, but I was of the opinion that it was meant to happen.
Yeah.
I've heard him talk about it following, and it's like, not that it proves anything, but it's like, well, all of the fans at home were more like excited by him going through the table because it's very visually spectacular.
Oh.
But then all the wrestlers are like, Jesus Christ, that mat is seriously hard.
Yeah.
That really messed him up as well.
No, definitely. I think, like, for fans, definitely the bump onto the announce table.
That's what
is
people look
probably-
for when they're
that's what
looking
you're like,
online. They're looking
"What?"
for that.
Yeah, but...
He knows that one's coming as well.
But then I think, but
the
then
worst
it's...
blows you get are the ones you don't see coming. That's what they say.
But it's
isn't
how
it?
messed up he is after the win through the
So
actual
the chair
cell,
comes
like-
down and twats him in
Oh,
the face as
yeah.
well.
And
Knocks
it's
his
because it's tooths, like...
in his nose.
Through his nose.
That's
Yeah.
it. Oh, but then again, like I was saying, I genuinely do. Whenever I think of that match, I forget it was a King of the Ring.
Yeah, totally.
I
remember
totally
reading
forget.
the list of injuries he had after that match, and it's 5 or 6 massive ones. I wish I wrote them down. I didn't.
Oh.
So what a shame that is.
Yeah, it's weird. You know what? sort of forgotten that Ken Shamrock was a King of the Ring.
Well,
And
this is
there's
it
a,
as
there's a
well,
guy
like-
that you don't associate with
No,
that moniker.
absolutely. And to be fair, like, never really a Ken Shamrock fan.
No?
No, sorry.
I can see the appeal.
I couldn't. See,
It's just a dangerous man, isn't he? Hard
But
bastard.
that's-
World's most, if anything.
That means like there's nobody more dangerous.
no, I totally picked that up. But no, I just like never really got. Do you know like my memories of Ken Shamrock? Like, and this is terrible. Was like playing stuff like. It was like No Mercy or something, and he was like one of the first characters that you got, and I'd always like, oh god, I need to complete this just so I can get rid of Ken Shamrock. I can move on to Gold Dust or somebody. Like,
To Gold, Jesus Christ.
I
No,
love
I like
Goldust.
Goldust. I like Goldust a lot. I was a big Ken Shamrock fan. I didn't understand the significance at the time of his MMA background. I didn't really know what
now I
that
get
was.
That.
Yeah, totally.
Now
It's
I
more impressive
understand that
now.
because it was actually quite ahead of its time.
Not
Yeah, it
knowing
was.
anything about UFC, I would say surely he would be like the '90s Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
If
Oh, he was-
UFC was as big as it is now,
What do you mean
back
in?
then,
Oh, right, okay,
Yeah.
I get what you mean.
It
Like
would have
in,
been like Brock
in
Lesnar
WWE.
coming.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like him going to UFC would be like Brock
He
Lesnar.
came the other way, didn't he?
Well, yeah.
You had a few big badasses on the roster at that time. Blackman.
Horses.
Yeah.
Not necessarily hosses, but just legitimately dangerous proper fighters.
Go on,
Obviously,
give
they
me
brought
names.
Dan Severn in.
Okay.
Steve Blackman is a great
yeah.
example. Like, guys, I watched the other day Owen Hart versus
In the dungeon.
Shamrock in the dungeon. I really loved it. Have you ever seen that?
no.
Oh, it's brilliant.
Proper like mat submission holds.
Wrestling.
See,
Technical.
I don't know if that would be my cup of tea, to be
Dan
honest.
Severn's the referee, isn't he?
Yeah.
What is he? I'll give it a
His long
bash.
moustache.
Big sweaty Dan.
I'll-
The best moustache
In
in
wrestling.
the history of wrestling.
Cody. That was awful. Wasn't it? Yeah, Dan
There
Severn.
wasn't the density on that stash.
Hogan!
I was going to
No.
say, that's
Oh.
who gets
For
mine.
density points, 70.
Yeah, he's a
For
proper bloke. that.
absolute, like, prim and presentation points, Hogan. He had to dye that. That's dedication.
Still does.
Well, there you go. See, he's dedicated to the cause.
I thought it was just naturally white.
No.
Oh, I don't know. No, yeah, he bleached the moustache and he had to
Yeah, 'cause
tint
that's why
the
it's-
side in the
yeah.
NWO.
Oh, you tinted the side, yeah.
Yeah, but then it's not naturally white.
I'll just always picture Hogan being like 50. I've got that weird thing about me.
He's always looked a lot older
Yeah.
and like more daddy than.
Like,
Each
summer
to
down
their own.
brook.
Each to their own.
Anyway, but yeah, like we said, so Ken Shamrock was King of the Ring. Should we bother
He
talking
beat
about
The Rock,
that?
which is quite big.
Yeah.
That is, yeah. That was the final.
So well done, Ken.
Well done, Ken. What else happened? The Headbangers against who were they against?
Takumi Shinoku and Kainta, yeah.
Yeah.
Funaki.
So yep. Too Much defeated Al Snow and Head, and Jerry Lawler was the guest referee for that match.
This is when it was the big storyline was whether or not Jerry Lawler was in fact Brian Christopher's daddy.
Dad. Stop saying daddy. It's like super creepy. So yeah, that happened. I love Al Snow. He's a good guy.
Have you met Al?
No, I've actually not, which is like
Bollocks, your best
gutting.
pals with them.
I'm not. Honestly, I'm not. I'm
Solid moustache.
yeah.
Solid moustache.
Because-
Who are your best friends in wrestling? I can't believe I didn't bring it up on
I
the
was
last
going to
week.
say, thank goodness. I genuinely
We're
thought,
starting
like,
now, though. You've opened that can of
Yeah,
worms.
go on. Best friends in wrestling.
Like legit best pals, or
Yeah,
like
yeah.
folk that I like. speak
Famous
to.
names who you could call
Okay,
a friend.
well, then a genuine friend is Mr. Mick Foley.
Really?
Yes, I have.
You are
Oh, you
I've got
jealous as
I've got his phone number.
favourite wrestler.
piss off dumpster.
Okay, and that's the end of my pals chat. Like,
Who else? Go on. One more name. Tatanka?
no. James Storm. I
Oh,
think.
okay.
Or no, do you know who's actually a really good friend? Bill Dempsey.
Oh, Bull James from NXT.
He follows me. Him.
Yeah, he added me to Facebook once.
I think he might actually be staying at my house when he's over.
No.
Yeah, no, we're
That'd be
pals.
nice. Yeah, he seems like a very
Not
nice
in a
man.
creepy way. No.
Jen and Bull sitting in a flat.
Anyway,
KISS.
with ladders and money in the bank briefcases everywhere. But yeah, no, he's a friend. So there you go, like an actual like friend.
Aw,
Friend.
isn't that
Wrestling
nice?
friend.
So yeah.
King of the Ring.
King of the Ring, eh? No pals on this pay-per-view, I'm afraid. But yeah, so that X-Pac defeated Owen Hart.
Are you an
Nice
X-Pac?
I'm an X-Pac.
Pac.
Oh, it's Pac.
X-Pac.
I had a pal when I was young who said Poc.
X-Pac.
Used to annoy me.
X-Pac.
It says Pac though.
Pac.
X-Pac.
6-pack. Have you got a 6-pack?
X-Pac.
You would say 6-pack. Pac. Neville Pac. Pac.
X-Pac. X-Pac.
Pac-Man. Pac-Man.
Right, X-Pac.
That mean you got chicken packs?
Tupac.
Right, okay. X-Pac. X-Pac.
Pac.
Why? I would say Pac for all the rest of them. Why would I not
Why did you say Poc? You're one of them.
I don't know.
That's okay.
I like
You're
an
kinda-
underdog.
Oh.
I like an underdog. So that happened. Sean defeated Owen Hart.
Yes. Solid mid-card match, that.
There you go. New Age Outlaws defeated the New Midnight Express.
What a mess this was.
I don't remember that at all,
Just
actually.
Bob Holly was in the New Midnight Express. Him and Bart Gunn
Bombastic Bob.
with Jim Cornette. Oh dear.
Don't remember that at all. Well, not that
Awful.
match.
They
but
never worked those sort of gimmicks.
No.
Well, that happened. The Undertaker defeated Mankind in the Hell in a Cell. We've discussed that majorly. That was awesome.
And poor old Kane and Stone Cold
Kane.
having to follow that.
Yeah, in the first blood match.
And what was worse is the fact that they had Foley come out again and take a stunner.
Did he? I don't remember that.
Came out to interfere towards the end of the match and took
What
a
a
stunner.
guy.
He's honestly the legit best person
Not a
in
human.
the world.
That's insane,
Not
isn't
a
it?
human
The
being.
things that man has done, like, he just doesn't. I genuinely don't think he gets enough credit. He gets a lot of credit, but not enough.
Your best mate.
I was going to say, I'm not just saying that because he's my pal.
Steve, I'm saying, hello, Mick. As your friend,
Do you want me
I'd
to?
like to say.
I'm only
You
joking.
don't
I'm
get
not going to
enough
be that guy. Don't be that guy.
And he replies, who the hell's this?
Exactly. We are pals, right? Anyway, Stone Cold defeated Kane to win the WWF Championship.
Following the first blood match, which made...
No. Oh.
No, this wasn't the first blood match. This was following the first blood match, right?
Oh, sorry, that was the Raw.
Sorry, yes, that's the
Because
first-
how the hell did
first blood-
Kane
yeah.
lose a first blood match unless he gets a nick on his arm? I guess they
And
did
he
the
wore
spitting up blood.
two
thing.
long sleeves in that
Yeah,
match as well.
right.
Stop that.
They
But this
did
is one of the
that.
biggest
It's just the
travesty.
one.
No, yeah, two in that.
It's like with Inferno matches. Like it's quite like Kane or someone in there. It's like, well, obviously the guy
That
who
is
isn't
the
in
big-
the tights or the trunks is going to lose because they can actually
Do you
be
know how
set
they
on
did that?
fire.
There's a guy living under the ring, not Hornswoggle, who would put a thing
Titus.
so when Kane,
He's just got a timeshare.
Kane would go down for a big sell, stick his arm under the ring apron, and some guy below would put a
Oh.
sleeve on, and that would be dipped into the thing and so on.
Nice. There you go.
That's how they did that.
Why do you
More
know all
reveals.
these
This is-
secrets?
Because I have very little to do outside of work.
Do you want to do something?
Yeah, we'll go trampolining.
Yes, please. I want that to happen.
Unless you're busy with your real friends.
Mick can come.
What a thing I'd like to see Mick Foley at a trampoline park.
You,
Imagine-
Mick, and Jen in a trampoline park. There's a
Imagine
video
some
series.
of the tumbles Foley would take in a trampoline park.
Oh dear. So yeah, 1999.
But this is one of the biggest travesties in the history of wrestling because Kane held the title for one day.
Yeah. You're really upset about this. I
Oh,
can tell
yeah,
you're still
I was
torn up
gonna
about
say.
this. You're a big Kane fan.
This version of Kane is my cup of tea.
Terrifying.
Absolutely.
I was
No,
absolutely-
still, like,
His debut, I was, whoa,
I
Jesus.
I still honestly, Kane's one of my fave. Like my fave big guy. Definitely.
This one.
Definitely.
And then when they initially took his mask off, he was still good. And then since then, not being taken by the guy. They
Well,
killed
don't
him.
say that.
Just my
So I don't
opinion.
know why. I do actually have a wee soft spot for Corporate Kane, and I don't know why.
When he was funny,
Yeah, well,
that one was all right. Not just the stooge who did what McMahon wanted.
No,
Oh,
because
he
then that.
should have hit Stephanie
No, we shouldn't.
in a
have.
kayfabe sense.
Oh, no.
Wrestling simulated
Not
combat.
just like in the office,
Not just
like
in the personal
damn.
time, just proper knock her out. But Stone Cold would win the belt back the next night on Raw.
Exactly.
Boom.
So, 1999, we'll go to Raw, where we will see Stone Cold Steve Austin defeat The Undertaker to win the WWF Championship. Now,
We're going to play Mythbusters.
yeah, definitely.
Go on then.
Look,
Bust
there's another
some
good
myths.
moustache.
Right, because everybody
Okay.
thinks that the
Who?
highest rated segment ever is
Mythbusters.
This Is Your Life with The Rock and Mick Foley.
Yes, they do. There you go.
Family
Our survey
fortunes.
says.
Yeah,
I was
right.
like, Liz Dennis, you're in there. Yes,
What is
apparently.
it?
Apparently, it's actually this
Right.
match, and segment as well.
Amazing, man.
In the history of cable television. So I am not one for get understanding like TV numbers and ratings stuff. But what is written here, this match and segment scored 9.5
on the Richter
The
scale.
Nielsen ratings, which is the percentage of the viewing
Right.
audience. So 9.5% of people watching TV on cable, I believe, at this time were watching this.
So 9.5, right, and that basically means, in brackets for people like me, meaning that nearly 1 in 10 homes that had cable had that match on.
That's insane, isn't it?
That's wild.
We'll never get to that point again.
That's wild. That is
They're down to
absolutely...
like 2 points somethings and 3 points.
Yeah, it's like 2
these days,
point. The
aren't
kind
they?
of average is about 2.8 or something, is it not?
But I think that's it. Those numbers are always going to be scuppered because we didn't have YouTube highlights back then. We didn't have on demand back then.
Network,
we didn't have
stuff
Sky
like that.
Plus back then and
Totally.
TV. Whatever.
Exactly. It's
called
about
now.
the demographic of the audience, and a lot of young people watch wrestling and they consume media in different ways now. So yeah, people are going to catch. Especially
can
with
see it anywhere
WWE,
else.
yeah, they just put everything on YouTube anyway, like without the nonsense as well. So you can just
So when
ignore
Vinny
this
Rue
stuff.
to bring him up again, is always going, I got a 9.5. Doesn't matter, pal. Doesn't matter.
Well, this
Bro.
did get a 9.5, and that's pretty cool because that's an estimated 10.7 million viewers. Wild.
There's a lot of people that is.
And then that, like you say, this is your life segment, only scored an 8.4. So it's actually quite a big jump.
There's another one that I think we might have spoken about before, because people often confuse this also with another segment, which was the highest rated segment on the highest rated episode of Raw, which was Bradshaw Farouk.
Yes, it was, and that was because, but that was only because there was no other wrestling on, because that was WCW was not airing that night. Skills.
Knowledge is power.
Skills. July the 1st. Oh, it's a new month. Happy July, gentlemen.
Happy July.
Happy July. The first of the month.
But we'll go
God, what a
Right.
day to be. I don't know what I'm saying.
What a day to be alive.
Yeah.
Absolutely, in 1999. Because WWF announces on their website that they have signed Chris Jericho.
Your
to
personal friend.
a personal friend.
Bloody lovely
as
bloke.
well. Absolutely lovely guy. Loves his tunes. For a multi-year contract he's been signed to. Which is a 90-day notice, which is why the countdown to the millennium happened. So that the whole Y2J thing.
Fantastic build-up.
Actually, this was my era, right? This was my kind of thing, and
Yeah.
I was so invested. Chris Jericho, I've not made any secret about it. My absolute all-time favorite wrestler, and this
And best friend.
and best friend,
nice.
and yeah.
Jim Ross often says about, when you're on WWE TV, you've got to maximize your minutes. If there's anybody, especially in WCW, who maximized his minutes more than anyone else, it was Chris Jericho. Such a valuable talent to have.
And I went back and watched WCW because I didn't watch it. I didn't watch WCW as a kid, but I went back and watched it purely for Jericho.
Yeah, he's
to kind of-
hilarious.
He's
Him and
like-
Ralphus, the best pairing. So funny.
When we were on that tour just there, he told so many funny stories. Well, a funny story about.
Give us one.
No, it was just about Ralphus, and about basically who he was, and he was just this truck driver, and they ended up just getting so engrossed in the character of Ralphus that he literally was turning around to him at one point, being like, so when do you think they're gonna and basically what he would do is he was getting just a wee bung of cash, here you go, thanks for showing up, Ralphus.
WCW is probably about 750,000.
No, I literally think it was like £100 or something, and he was like, there you go, Ralphus, thanks for your input. And apparently he started talking to groupies and stuff, rats, and he had his own Ralphus rats, and then apparently he was going
Imagine being a Ralphus rat.
But then apparently he was went up to Jericho and was he was like, so yeah, he does this really funny voice, and he was like, yeah, so Chris, when do you think they're gonna get me on a full-time contract? And he's like, what? Big Ralphus.
Maybe him even more.
I know,
He thinks he should have been world champion.
But he did, he was proper trying to sell moves. Oh, Ralphus, so much love for
Hustler.
Ralphus.
I like him a lot.
Totally.
I like him a lot.
So we are.
But do you want to know how much Jericho was apparently on when he signed?
Go on.
Oh.
Downside of 350,000.
Okay. It's a moderate amount, given his
It's
position in
about
WCW.
120 grand more than he was on at WCW. apparently.
But I
According
assume
to the
with more
sheets.
dates, perhaps.
More dates and more pay-per-view bonuses and all how they do that stuff and
Yeah,
TV
sure.
appearances. And
Yikes, though.
he debuted against the bloody Rock
He did.
in a segment against the Rock.
Well, that promo was that was it for me. I was like, oh.
I have
Yikes.
mixed feelings about this, and I know we'll probably get to this in, I guess, 90 days down the line about Jericho's
Can't
debut.
wait, lads.
But I have really mixed feelings about this. Jack, and a lot of people say it's the best debut ever.
Uh-huh.
I'm not sure it was.
Kane.
No, I'm not even.
Kane
I'm
was
not sure
incredible.
it was that great a debut. I love the countdown. I love him coming out, but The Rock actually completely ruins him, and I think made him look a bit foolish, which was fine because he's a heel. People think that sort of propelled Jericho to main event status straight away. He didn't. He
floundered
languished for a long time.
Yeah.
A long time. I don't actually think it did him that many favors. It's a great segment, but
do
after
you-
all that build-up,
I think are you maybe well, this is it though. Like, you got to like play the build up into it, like, really, when you think about it. And just, I mean, when you saw that countdown going, like, were you not just like, oh my god, this is exciting? And then,
I was.
and I don't think I never saw it as an anticlimax.
No, a lot of people don't.
I
and I
really
know
didn't, and I
this
loved
is
that
my
debut.
unpopular wrestling opinion thread
Okay.
on Twitter. I'm just not sure that at the time. I remember watching it when I was a kid and thinking, oh, maybe he's not that big a deal because Rock's just ruined him.
I can
That's
see
so
where he's coming
weird.
from.
No, do you know what? In hindsight, yeah, I can see where you're coming from, but no. As a kid, but no. There you go.
Okay,
In my
fair enough.
professional opinion, you are wrong.
He's done all right for himself. I'm not
he's doing
too
all right.
worried about
He's doing all right. He
Jericho.
bought me a pint. So.
Did he?
Yeah, how
Lovely.
nice is that?
So he should. How much was it?
How much was
An
it?
expensive pint, I like the bog standard.
No, it was a good gin. It was
Foster's.
it was like a Moretti or something.
Nice.
Oh, that's
Premium lager.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only the
My
best
favourite.
for our Jen.
Exactly.
Only the best for our bin
Sponsor
bag.
me.
Fun fact, it's my second favourite lager.
Is
What's
it
your
following?
first?
Star of Pramen.
Starbrand's a
Nice.
lovely pint.
Nice.
Let us know your favourite lager in the comments
Children?
below.
Yeah.
Click the like button and subscribe.
It's birthdays.
Have you got a song?
Have I got a song?
Yeah, for the birthdays.
Happy birthday, baby.
Every
Yeah.
presenter worth their salt can come up with a jingle for their favourite segments.
Oh, because I've like. Oh.
Come on,
Next
Jen.
week, right?
Next week,
Next
deal.
week.
Holding you to that.
No pressure. No pressure.
I'm like that. Ooh. Right, we'll start off June 25th. We have 2. I would like to wish a happy 41st. I'm looking pretty banging for 41. Well, banging, that sounds rude.
We can't say that, can
Yeah, we can say that. Carry on. She's looking banging.
She is
It's
like banging.
Layla.
Layla.
Lovely
So,
Layla.
Yeah, happy birthday. Also, a happy 30th. A wee dirty 30 to Mark Haskins.
Mark Haskins. Stable of the UK independent scene.
Exactly.
Fantastic talent.
Absolutely.
Brilliant heel.
Yep, great.
Brilliant heel.
June 26th, we have 3. Oh, we've got a big in here. Happy 41st birthday to Matt Striker.
A fascinating and lovely man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I connected with a man when he came work
Oh,
for
did
Name
you?
Redacted Pro. He would just walk up
Tell
to
me
me.
a story.
He would just walk up to me every time he saw me. Like, he would just like appear from behind or just swear in my face and then walk off. That was
Like-
our bond. He would just go, ah, and then walk off.
Like as banter or as
yeah,
like.
and then we'd talk. See him later on and talk. That's how we connected. Because obviously back there, I used to shout and swear a lot, didn't I?
Yeah.
And he had seen that. In fact, we did a couple of things in the
That's
office
so
together.
sweet.
Used to shout, yeah.
Don't remember that.
I did a John O'Clock skit with him, and he did an intro for me where I said I didn't think he'd do it. I was like, and he went, "Oh, marking out, bro," on commentary in WWE. I was like, "Would you do that if I walked past?"
Oh,
he
did he do
said,
it?
"Yeah."
Oh, nice.
That's
What a
great.
guy. Oh,
So,
I
that's
had quite
so
a lot of
nice.
interaction with Matt because I
He's
used
a
to,
lovely
I used to
fella.
do the commentary for
Yeah.
What Culture Pro Wrestling.
Yeah.
And so I was in his ear all the time, which I was really nervous about because, you know, I don't really have TV experience and I'm telling Matt Striker, giving him live directions. But yeah, he was always a very lovely guy.
Aw,
very lovely man.
I wish I'd met
the
him.
voice of the pro wrestling world.
Yeah.
A bloody
about a month.
Absolutely.
trailblazer as well. He used to take sick days to go to Japan and wrestle when he was a teacher.
Did he?
That's what got
he?
it got national media attention, which then got WWE's attention. That's what got him hired.
Nice.
Matt Striker.
What a
Well,
lovely
happy
man.
birthday,
Lovely
Matt.
arse as well.
And cock.
No, just arse. ECW December to December 2006.
Oh, yeah.
The camera just focuses on his arse for his entire match.
Yeah.
Well, hope that.
Lovely arse.
Yeah.
I didn't tell him that to his face.
Happy birthday also to 76 JJ Dillon.
Yes, the
Four Horsemen manager.
Yeah.
Yep, happy birthday. Happy birthday to Mark JINDRAK.
Move on. Who cares?
The biggest star in Mexico, apparently.
Marco
he's
Corleone. He's
Easy
going
for you
as
to
now.
say.
Oh my
Right.
gosh.
No,
so
I
he's
wasn't
going
aware.
as that now. He's actually the CMLL heavyweight champion.
Apparently he's in
Wow.
sitcoms and films and all sorts.
He's a very talented wrestler,
He's a good
but
looking
he
man
was
as well.
very much like the lower mid card of a
Boring man.
bad
It's
era of
his
WWE.
He's had
That's how I
birthday.
remember it.
everything but a bit of crack.
There you go.
He's one of them.
Well, it's your
Unlike Matt
birthday.
Striker.
Crack it open. So, 27th, June 27th. Happy birthday to Kimberly,
Yes.
also known as Abby Leith, who's 28 today. June 28th, John Heidenreich.
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 There's a lot we could say about John Heidenreich. A poet, a baby kicker, Legion of
Michael
Doom
Cole Fondler.
members, sort of. A Michael Cole fondler. Happy
Weird
birthday.
man.
Happy birthday. June 29th, Serena DEEB is 32.
Love Serena.
Yeah.
Really like Serena. Good to see her back on WWE fairly recently.
And, this one's a belter. Happy birthday. Happy 77th birthday to Johnny Saint.
Johnny Saint, the
UK legend.
yes, UK general manager now.
Of WWE.
That broke
Continuum.
as we're recording this. That just broke.
Did it?
Huge news.
That is huge news.
I think he's going to be very,
Come on
very good in
now,
that role.
So was I.
Sorry, go on.
Get down from there, Pete. Stop
Why
it.
do you make him sound like shit? Like a down shit.
It's going to be funny in that accent, though, as proper general manager. Like on Raw, you've got Steph McMahon and people like that with a flamboyant American accent. It's going to be Johnny Saint in the UK.
He's a trainer at the
I
performance
got
centre,
to
right?
do is like, men.
I don't know.
I
if
think he's over
Yeah,
there.
He's
Like
over.
guest.
I think he's.
Yeah.
I think he's kind of like oversees stuff, but I don't think he's actually like full scale.
He does
Sure.
those like he's a
Full-time
guest
training.
trainer seminar.
because I don't think he lives
leader.
over that way. Like, because I know like Mossy, that's me.
Yeah, right, yeah, because Jonathan
John
Moss. Jonathan Moss, like Jonathan Ross.
Friday night with Jonathan Moss.
Johnny Moss used to go over there for periods at a time,
Yeah.
and then they signed him full
But
time.
that's him. He's over there.
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
So yeah, I love Johnny Moss.
Is
Okay.
he a friend?
He, I would like to say so.
Oh,
but
it's
I
a
don't
bit
think he
spit
would.
on-
No, I just don't think he would have a clue who it was. I think he would
Oh.
like remember me,
Not
be
like
like, "Oh,
Mick
I've done a few
pissing
interviews with
Foley.
you," but I don't think he'd phone me.
Johnny
for time.
Saint?
I wish. I'm working on it.
I've shaken his
You're
hand.
next. Have
Big
you?
old strong
Oh,
handshake.
you did, is it? I hope that makes the cut.
Nice to meet you, Johnny.
June 30th. Happy birthday. Another birthday in the Rhodes household this month. Happy birthday to Cody Rhodes this time. He's 33.
Another lovely man.
Yeah, he's
Absolutely.
brilliant.
Well, I've never met him. So
I had
that
a
makes me
well,
sad.
not a proper night out. A
Did
good
you?
few hours of a night
Yeah.
out with him.
It was really
Shut
fun.
Did
up.
the whiskey shot with him, impressed him because I can drink a
Shut-
lot of whiskey. Me.
Can
he was
you?
like, he was like,
Is that what you drinks? Whiskey? Like as shots?
I don't know if I can say this. Can we say this?
Yeah,
Yeah,
go on.
you can.
He was like, we'll all do a wrestler shot. And we're like, oh, Cody, what's that? And apparently it's one of the Undertaker's go-to things when he does the drinking. Because Undertaker likes JD. You take a shot of whiskey, gargle for as long as you can, and swallow. Because apparently the gargling gets in your...
Your bloodstream and stuff because it goes in your soft tissue.
And our bloody ages, I tell you, gargling. Because I can
Did
do that.
you?
I can drink
Not
whiskey
I
a
think
chance.
I would
shots.
have white AIDS. Like, no way. Not with
He
whiskey.
was impressed. Then we went and
Was
had a
he?
few pints and stuff. Yeah, very nice.
Oh, what a nice guy.
Getting the rounds in with Cody Rhodes, it was a weird
Did
time.
he buy you a drink?
Yeah.
He went to
I bought him one back.
a club
Oh,
night called...
you
Have you been to
guys.
Rise
Yes.
in Newcastle?
I
So
have,
Rise
I
is
have.
like a sort of a rock club, I
Yeah.
guess. So the bottom floor's a rock club, and then there's like screamo nonsense
not the
upstairs.
place you
not
go.
the place to be, but it's brilliant.
In a
And Cody
three-piece
Rhodes
suit.
turns up in a three-piece suit, the most handsome man that's ever stepped foot, not just in Rise, but probably in Newcastle.
Yeah,
Apart
probably.
from me.
Well, apart from our Ross.
My
but
mum
no,
says I'm pretty.
he was in there
Pretty.
flooded by wrestling fans, and he was just brilliant. He was so lovely
Was
to
he
each
so
other.
nice, like, just chatting to
He's just a
everyone?
great guy, isn't he?
Oh, well, I'm
The
so
biggest
buzzing.
WWE to indie success story.
Yep, think so. And I'm buzzing for All In.
Yes.
So, yeah, no, definitely love him. Happy birthday. Very happy birthday to you, Cody Rhodes. June 30th, we will stay with that day. And happy birthday to Mike Tyson.
Yep.
The man who
Yep.
could be credited with the old switcheroo in the Monday Night Raws.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
when it started
Yeah.
doing WWE's favour when he turned up. So
Totally. Well, happy
it's not
birthday.
just thrown there for the crack.
No, he definitely has a tenure. Happy birthday. Oh, 74. Terry Funk.
74, still going strong. Probably wrestling right now. Nutter.
I reckon he's
I love
actually
him.
Love him. So
99.
da.
he's had like 24 74th birthdays, just like some retirements.
He's just like,
doesn't
I
want
just
to
love it. 74 was his cut-off age. Like, this is a good gin. I'll stick it with 74 from now on.
Debuted the year The Undertaker was born. I think that's the fact.
Shut up.
Yeah,
No
he's
way.
mad. I love Funk. Not
Yeah.
just because of everything that he's done, but he's like the most charming, softly spoken man. I love
Totally.
listening to him. He's just wonderful.
Yeah, big Teddy Funk fan. Oh, I love it. Well, happy birthday. Happy birthday as well to Alicia Fox.
God, do it properly. You've got the accent and everything.
Oh yeah, Noam Dar,
Oh, Alicia Fox.
who's been with WWE for what, 11 years
Going
now?
on 11 years, yeah. Mad.
Ring veteran. That
Although
is
she
mad,
hasn't
isn't
been
it?
seen since she kicked off at Ronda Rousey's husband in the hotel.
Oh yeah, she was meant to be in the Women's Royal Rumble, and she was taken away because she had a bit of a scuffle
Nobody knows
with
what happened,
Mr.
though.
Rousey.
Did she?
Maybe you can
bless
find
her.
out if you're pals with her.
I'm not pals with her,
You're not?
actually.
Alicia or Rousey?
Alicia.
Rousey.
You
Met
are.
her. I've met her, but I'm not pals with her.
Fair.
I am Mr. Ronda Rousey. Second with the 30th, happy birthday to Scott Dawson as well.
Depressing that. Just
Why?
good. No, I love Dash and
Dash
Dawson.
and
I love the
Dash.
revival and
Why is it
where
depressing
are
then?
they?
Is this
Well,
his
because they're not
birthday?
doing any. No,
Well,
happy
alright, great, 'cause,
birthday
like-
with them. Yeah, I
Well, it just means he's really got a wee bit of time to
Yeah,
do something
exactly.
nice today. So, yeah, good for you. Happy birthday. And honourable mention, July the 1st. Yeah, she's like my favourite person ever. So happy birthday to Pamela Anderson.
You're a big Pam fan.
Huge Pammy fan. She's like...
Pammy?
Pammy fan.
That would indicate to me that you're friends if you can call her Pammy.
Oh, I've been
I'm
trying
going to
to
stop
this.
doing that.
I
I'm
know.
doing it every single
Stop it, I'm
one.
like that. Jeez. Oh,
Have you met Pamela?
No, I wish. I would love to. She's like, I love her. I love her. I'm a huge
What's she doing
fan.
now? What's she doing now?
She is doing so much with her animal rights activism.
Oh, bless her.
She's still
The
modelling.
giraffes.
Yeah, big fan of giraffes is our Pam. Yeah, definitely. But no, she's doing loads. She's just think she's amazing. I
And
love
she
her.
was also the prize for winning the 1995 Royal Rumble.
This maybe was not the
Oh, the 90s where you can win a woman.
here, but of all the women to win.
I'm going to pick one.
Like here, I would go. I'd be like, just put me straight in number 14. Don't know why that's my lucky number.
27. 27 is your number that you want.
27, yes.
There you go.
But yeah, if I want to win. But happy birthday, Pamela. Hope you're having an amazing day. 51. Babe.
Doesn't look a day over 19.
Yes.
That's the thing you say, apparently.
That's what you say.
Jim Ross.
Take it. Run with
The
it.
school of Jim Ross.
That's it. But that has been this week in wrestling. And yeah, eventful. Loved it. Oh, there loads of bad stuff that happened though. But
Yeah,
good
there was a
stuff.
pretty bad week this week,
But
on the whole.
good stuff too.
Still, Mark Jindrak's birthday, so there you go.
So that has been this week in wrestling. If you want to follow me on Twitter, you can do so here. If you like what we do here at Cultaholic, then please join our Patreon at patreon.com/Cultaholic. And most importantly, don't forget to subscribe and join us.